All right, so now we are getting into some Saturday fixer-upper work. Pieces that have to go to the studio either today or tomorrow, and I need to make sure that the glazing job is complete on this one, which is called the Wise one, and I still have to be very careful. This has only been bisque fired. It can still be damaged easily. Let me see if I can let you see that. There's a spot right here under the nose that wasn't covered, a spot right here under the lip, another spot under the chin, and I just want to touch that up, and then I'm going to glaze the inside of this sculpture with white matte, just because I want coverage. I want to make sure that the outside won't be extra fortified and strong because it's been fully glazed, but the inside ends up being vulnerable to cracking from vibrations or anything else like that because it hasn't been glazed. So what I'm going to do now is fill up my little bowl with water after I clean it out, and I'm just going to spray, wipe it out with a towel, and then I'm going to fill it up with some water so that I can put the sponge in there. Well, no, I'm sorry, not put the sponge in there, but have that to work from to clean off the brushes, and the sponge will be used to wipe off the brush. So I've cleaned the inside of this little bowl out, and I've got my water in there. I'll put my sponge off to the side, the water off to the side just a little bit. And I'm going in with a dry brush because I'm just touching up those areas that got missed with tea dust, which is what I use to glaze this. And this is very simple fixing. This is where it just got some dusty, chalky areas on that I'm touching up. Go right in here up under that lip, touch it up. That'll dry, and then I'll just dot it out again. And I'm just examining right now for other spots that I feel weren't covered as thoroughly as they could have been. This bottom part was treated with wax resist. So I'm just going to go ahead, put that tea dust off to the side so that I don't accidentally bump into it. We don't want that. And I'm cleaning off the brush. I want it nice and clean because I don't want to dilute the matte. Yeah, it's nice and clean. See, there's nothing coming off on that brush. It's probably better to show you on this side. I'm going to end up using this brush. So it's good that I cleaned the other one, but I'm not actually using it. All right, now I shook up the white matte before, but I'm just shaking it up again. It was really hard to get this top off. I had to use the needle tool to chisel off the dried bits of glaze like this that had formed all around the rim. And because this is a bisque fired piece, and like I said, it's still fragile, I think the smart thing for me to do is not work against the table. So I'm putting the towel down, and I'm going to approach it like this from the inside. Now, the bottom parts with wax resist, the glaze won't adhere to it. That'll burn off in the kiln. But I'm going to apply 3 coats of the white matte to as far as I can reach on the inside and up into this cavity so that, like I said, that interior is just as strong as the exterior. So I'm just going in right now with what I can easily see, the areas that are very apparent to me. I'm going in thick. Because this is on the inside, I don't have to worry about it being neat. I just have to know that I've got the coverage that I need. Okay. So I'm patting because the inside of this piece is not at all finished. It's very, very rough, and I just want to make sure it's going into crevices. So now I've got to pick this up from this side, and this is a very long-handled brush, so I can go in nice and deep into the insides. I'm making a mess on the towel. Probably would have been best if I poured this in, but I've never done that before, so I'm a little shy about it. So I'm I'm just going to go in as best I can with the brush. Okay, so that is one coat, and I'm going to carefully turn this and put it over out of the way. I'm going to grab the companion piece for the wise one and glaze the inside of her. So I had to step away to go out on the patio to get her. Hopefully you remember this beauty. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing. Flip her. And wax resist has been applied to the bottom. I can feel all the areas that it's covering, and those areas won't accept the glaze. So we'll go ahead and put the second coat of glaze on the interior of this. And I'm going to go into the cavity first. I didn't do it that way the first time. I don't know why. The interior of this is resonating with me for some reason. It looks very ancient, archaeological, like this was a piece that was found. I'm glad that I didn't decide to smooth it out and finish it and left it this way. I think it makes the piece even more interesting than I feel it already is. I don't know if it'll occur to anyone else that way, but it's very important how it occurs to me. So this is the second coat of white matte glaze on the inside for the purpose of fortifying the strength of the entire piece inside and out. As you can see, the outside is already completely glazed with the tea dust matte glaze and a few other colors. But I want to make sure that the interior has the same amount of strength because the glaze actually bakes into the layers of your sculpture and strengthens the piece greatly. So now we have finished with the second application, the second coat, and we're going to put that aside to let it dry and return back to the companion piece. Well, we were going to. I spotted some additional areas that didn't get covered with the tea dust, so I'm just going to dot those in. And that's why you have to turn your piece around so much in so many different lighting scenarios, because it will reveal things that you just couldn't see before. And I mean, couldn't see when you were right up on it, looking at it and examining it, but because a shadow is hitting the part that you need to see, it's just not evident. So I'm turning him around very carefully, because again, a bisque-fired piece is still a fragile piece, and going over the area of the nose that I had to dot up that was left uncovered, the same area under the lip that's really hidden, but with a color that is going to come out of the kiln as dark as this one is likely to, you don't want an unsightly white pinhole in an area that can be seen, because to me it's going to look like you just didn't give your sculpture the attention it deserved, and you created a glitch for yourself. So that's the second coat for the touch-up. Putting him over out of the way once again and cleaning off the brush. That brush is clean. Tap the tea dust until it's time to return for, well, second and third coats respectively, because the nose part, the lip, under the chin, that's gotten its second coat. The spot that I just noticed under the eye got its first coat, so it needs 2 more. And we're going to go back to the companion piece, his mate. The white mat is dry, and I'm just going to return to exactly what I was doing, which was, sorry that the light is in your way, guys, but I need to be able to see this. So digging deep into the cavity, using the full length of this very long brush to coat the inside with the white glaze. All right, and I'm also going to clean off the rim of the jar. Even though I'm not done with it, I'm just going to get some of the excess off now, and I'm going to make sure to clean it off before I cap it again, because it really was difficult to get open. I almost thought I wasn't going to be able to, but I was able to dig the pin tool into the opening and finally get it open. But it took some doing. So I'd rather take the necessary precautions now to avoid that happening again, because when I tell you it was on there tight, I thought I was going to have to wait for my son to get home to open it for me, and that would have put a damper on things, because I'm still waiting to hear back from my girl Katie at the studio to see if she's going to be open tomorrow, because I might decide that I want to give myself a little more time to pack everything up nicely and securely instead of trying to rush and do it and get out there today. So we'll see. She doesn't check her text messages all that frequently. So if I don't hear from her by, I guess, about 2 o'clock, I'll just go ahead and head on over there. All right, so this was the second coat of white on the interior, and I'll come back when it's dry in a few minutes. Put the third coat on, and again, third and second coats respectively on the other piece. So that's just a little bit of what I'm doing today to get ready for taking a pretty large and pretty impressive inventory over to the studio as I get prepped for my Facebook Live sale in October. And if you want to be invited to that Facebook Live sale and get a max of 3 reminders, and that'll be closer to September, then go ahead and send me your email address. I know a lot of people are concerned about sending their email address to people they don't know, because it's like, oh my God, am I going to get bombarded? Nope, there is going to be an email in September to let you know when the date has been confirmed, and then there'll be 2 more emails just prior to the Facebook Live sale, and that would probably be about 2 to 3 days before, and then the morning of, and then that will be that. All right. And also, you can always go subscribe to my website, which is Art by Terry, ART by BY, Terry, TERRI.com. And my YouTube channel is Art by Terry, TERRI 5464. So subscribing to my website, I'm definitely going to be sending out emails to everyone that is already subscribed on my website. The Facebook live sale. God dang, there's a big old piece of spittle. Did y'all see that? Say it, don't spray it. The Facebook live sale in October is going to be featuring small, mid-sized sculptures, small to mid-sized sculptures, pendants, jewelry, little home office decor pieces. I've been saying that I want to make some wall plaques. I don't know if those will be ready, but this will not be the last Facebook live sale. I don't know how often I'm going to do them, but I do want to set them on a schedule that coincides with how quickly I get to completion on finished pieces. And I think I'm getting, a little bit of a gauge of that. So yeah, this is an opportunity to get some beautiful, beautiful hand-sculpted, hand-built sculptures and pottery-like pieces before I get my wheel at a price that is not going to completely break the bank. And I hope y'all are going to take advantage. So I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.